Hello gentlemen, Steve Beeson here with American Ironworks. This morning we're going to do a pull test to see how our double cable choker reacts on a rotary or a vibrator hose. We have our pull system down here. We have a test bed, 50,000 pound test bed. This here, we're starting to stagger the loops by 1 foot by 12 inches so to get more area on the hose itself. Instead of placing both of the loops in the same area, we're staggering these here by 12 inches. One of the things I would like to point out, API says that we have to have 10 inches of area between here and here. So on hobble clamp, when you mount a hobble clamp on a hose, make sure that you have 10 inches of rubber showing. We're seeing some of these installed in the field right up against that fitting. That's not good, and we actually see some of them in the fitting area. That will protect your hammer union area if the hose fails, but it does nothing if this hose was to hydraulic out of that fitting. So again, if you have a hobble on your hose, it's critical that you have 10 inches in this area right here showing, 10 inches of rubber showing between the edge of your clamp and the edge of this right here. And again, on our double cable choker, we're going to do a pull test on it, see how it performs. Proper torquing on the hobble bolts while we're on that subject, 40 foot-pounds on the torque of those. And if you don't have a torque wrench out in the field, we like to see 1 inch of, if you have a 1 inch gap in this area right here, completely close it up. We like to have 1 inch from a relaxed position on that hose. We like to have 1 inch of compression on this. If it starts out 1.5 inches, take it down to a 1/2 inch. It shouldn't start out more than 1.5 inches. But again, we want 1 inch of compression in this area right here, which will give us the proper gripping strength. But the main critical thing is we want 10 inches of rubber showing between here and here. Place that clamp in this area right here. Do not place it in this area. If you place the clamp here, gentlemen, and your cable is not long enough to go up to your anchor point, have your crew order a longer cable. All right, let's make a little noise and see how it does. Pull test on our CC 9/16 double with staggered legs, 5.5 inch rotary hose. Brake test. $41, $42, $43, $44, $45, $46. Okay. System pulled 46,350 pounds. Looks like we had a little bit of fracture on this side here, but that's better than 3 times the API spec. You can see how hard it pulled, how small it pulled that hose in over here on the right hand side. Great test. Since we're this far along, I'm going to go ahead and just pull it to break. $36, $37. Okay. We pulled 37,300 pounds and we still have one leg holding. So that's incredible. That's a great test. I also like staggering those loops on the hose. That gives us a lot larger area to pull against. I believe that's going to be a good combination. Thank you for watching. $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, $15,000, $16,000, $16,000, Okay, so the hobble clamp pulled 16,817 pounds. It looks like that the rubber started peeling off at around 12,000. Pretty good test. It pulled a little bit better than what I thought it would. Let me get my camera out here and show the end of the hose. Can't see very well, but again at 17,000 it starts peeling the rubber back off of the outside. The clamp did a pretty good job of biting in, so I believe that's a good test.